Okay, this is the second tutorial where we continue a bit about tracks and talk about stations. So last time we had the basics of track laying, and if you have these tracks, you can also manipulate them in other ways, and that's all noted here. So the control points we already talked about last time, but Alt and drag makes a rotation, and with Shift you can select or deselect points to your selection. Control C for copy and Control V to paste. Control B to duplicate in place, and that's your mouse position, as you can see here. So those are some other track manipulation options. We already talked a bit about switches the other day. I'll give some more examples. This is a basic branch which you can just make into an extra track like this, but you can also do the branch from one track to another, something like this. As you see, it will automatically connect. Now we've already talked about having the basic tracks in the game, and if you go into the Steam workshop for NIMBY Rails, you can find many other tracks, like this package from LVR. It's for metro and tram tracks, but as I mainly built in the Netherlands, I used this one, the Dutch Standard Rails pack from the same creator. You see a few different icons, and this means a tray mod, this means a building mod, this is a track mod, and there will also sometimes be a star. This just means there are multiple different things in one mod. So I just installed this, the NS Trails, enable in-game, and then when we go find there is the one with NS Dutch, and the Switch version is just the one without the ballast points under it. Let's grab this one, change it to the Dutch track. Let's also talk a bit about importing and exporting of tracks. Let's quit this one and then go into the shared games, and sure, Salon Spoorwegen. Let's see where the is if I want to have a bit of track from this game into another game. Select this, then make use a collection or make a new collection. My collection, sure. Use this one to have more visibility. Press Ctrl C to copy, and then save to clipboard. Clip 6 will. This is the WASP interchange. And then we can load it in our save. Then when we go into our tracks, and you will find it here, was collection 13, and then I believe, yes, it's this one. So select it, it will automatically do the Ctrl C option for you, and if you press Ctrl V, it will paste it at your mouse position. If you're too far zoomed out, it won't work. Also, if you press Ctrl-Shift-V, it will paste it at the original coordinates, which is here. Yes, that's exactly correct. Soest is a pretty basic station, so let's pick this one from the workshop. Select it. Okay, so we can basically ignore this. We're just gonna use copy with built-in, but if you want it to be exactly like it was when you downloaded it or copied it from another map, there will be some new mods needed and you have to choose this one. So copy, choose Ctrl-Shift-V to paste it at its original coordinates, which is exactly there. So obviously part of tracks is signals. We're gonna create a new signal, and I want just a path signal, and it automatically puts it on the track side. You can choose to have that one off. And trains in the Netherlands usually drive on the right and not on the left, so we're gonna leave this off. So let's put some signals here, so we can tell the trains it's okay to enter this segment and to enter this segment. I want this to be a one-way section along the station. So now we can see what this blue line showing me where the signal applies to. If I wanted to stop here, for instance, I can add a balise, or I can add another signal. So this signal only uses this part, and this only has this part. And now this is saying too close because there's a very small segment here. Let's just correct it. And if you have a track where you don't want any trains to go, you can put a no entry signal there, but you can also change it so applies to all trains or ignored by all trains, and you can make exceptions based on tags. For instance, if you want only commuter trains to ignore it or apply to it. And if you want to make your own tags, just get into this menu. Dead ends can be marked with this, but it's also used to mark the end of the platform. This is the stopping point. But if I don't want any trains to stop here, but here, now all trains stopping at this side of the platform will stop here and not at the end of the platform or in the middle. There's also some options for the signal display, and that's this one, signal light cones, to only reduce the cones, and the signals to completely ignore them. A basic signal will always be yellow, and the stop or hold signal will always display as red. There's no green signal in this game, that's just the yellow. So now let's get into stations. From this version there's a new tab for it. There's no stations right now, so let's make this station. It's the station of Soest Zuid. Yeah, the platform ends here and starts here, so I don't want these sections. So first of all I have to split the track here and there, and then I want these two, and let's promote it into a new station, and then switch over to this one. Let's see, this one we're gonna name it Soest Zuid. I only want the name and not the town name. That's the one in black. And the amount of pax is the amount of passengers. The catchment area is 2.3 kilometers right now. Let's take it down to 2. And the platform capacity, well, no, this is definitely not 25,000 pax. Well, 7 is good for now. And transfers overflow into hull, so that only happens when the capacity of your station is overflown, and your walk links are not available right now because there's no other station near this one. So this station consists of 2 segments. A station with 1 segment only will not work, so you always have to split it into 2 sections. And also let's talk about platforms. This station at Soest, make all of these into a station. This is a basic station. And the platforms are 1 and 2. But if we take the example of Amsterdam, but this one in reality is not called 15. So let's just change this. So also if you want this one, I believe this is 6A. If I only do 6A, it will only change the name of this segment, so I have to press all to get all of those to 6A, and then this will be 6B. There's also an option to append multiple tracks to one station that isn't really close to another. So I've made an example of this station very quickly, and these. Okay, so this is, well, we're just gonna rename this into this is Amsterdam Airport. So I have these 2, and now I also want these inner tracks here. And also grab this one. So now I have the option to promote it into the new station, or I can use an existing station that's nearby. So I'm just gonna choose the Amsterdam Airport station, and now as you see, all these tracks are connected to the station. This is a station. It already functions as it should, but we can also have something to look at actually. So therefore we are going to use buildings. So I also have this Dutch platforms, yes, and then we're gonna make it a building, and it's this one, yeah, right about there, and we can move it, but I'm not gonna manipulate it like something like that, but just picture it. Click this, and actually it's on the wrong side, so let's use F to flip, and then Control copy and Control paste, and pick this track. So now it's already looking like an actual platform. Yeah, you can have many things, like maybe glass canopy. Sure, let's just again pick track, and let's make sure it's set to roof, and yes, looking pretty nice already. So here's an example of my own save. I've made some kind of a roof, and then these are elevators, some stairs and an escalator. You can find some things in the base game and many more things on the Steam Workshop. And if you're wondering about the grey theme I have going on right now, that's also just a mod from the Steam Workshop. It's the Open Railway map. And this one is the global canvas, also from the Steam Workshop. That was the continuance of the tracks, and we talked about buildings and stations as well as signals.